Packing these things in your carry-on? Big mistake. They could get you stopped, fined, or even arrested. That's not all. There are more things on the list that you should never pack in your carry-on. Curious to know them? Most travelers think they're playing it smart by tossing certain items into their carry-on, but some things are a total no-go. These banned or risky items can cause delays, stress, or even get you in trouble. From sneaky liquids to overlooked gadgets, it's easy to make a mistake if you're not careful. Security checks are tighter than ever, and surprises in your bag aren't welcome. Stay tuned and hit that subscribe button as we run through some of the items that could ruin your trip before it even begins. Number 10. Large bottles of liquid. Carrying large bottles of liquid in your carry-on is a guaranteed way to get stopped at airport security. This is because anything over 3.4 ounces is considered a potential threat. This rule was created in 2006 when authorities uncovered a terrifying plot where terrorists planned to use liquid explosives disguised as everyday drinks to blow up planes mid-flight. That's when the TSA introduced the 311 rule. Each passenger can carry liquids in containers no larger than 3.4 ounces, which is 100 milliliters, all packed into a single quart-sized clear bag. Even if your bottle is half empty, it's still banned if the container is too large, because it's the size of the bottle that matters, not the amount of liquid inside. Security scanners cannot determine the type of liquid in a bottle simply by looking at it, so limiting the amount helps reduce the risk. Yes, this rule applies to everything from drinking water and shampoo to peanut butter and toothpaste. It's surprising how a powdered orange drink and some batteries led to one of the biggest changes in airport security ever. If you want your next trip to be trouble-free, skip the large bottles of liquid and stick to travel size. This will guarantee safety for everyone. Number 9. Sharp objects. Packing sharp objects in your carry-on might seem harmless until you hit airport security and they treat it like a weapon. Items such as knives, box cutters, or even scissors with long blades are banned because they can be used to harm someone. TSA agents are strict, and even small blades can lead to delays, bag searches, or the seizure of your item. If you need to travel with something sharp, it should be placed in your checked luggage, not your hand baggage. Even nail scissors or tweezers can raise eyebrows if they look too pointy. The TSA allows scissors only if the blades are less than 4 inches from the pivot point, and disposable razors are okay, but anything sharper is not allowed. Number 8. Flammable items. Have you ever imagined what would happen if a tiny object in your bag could start a fire while on a plane? That's why airport security says a big no to flammable items in your carry-on. Things like lighter fluid, gasoline, fireworks, paint thinner, or aerosol sprays are things that can easily catch fire or explode. Even some camping gear and party poppers fall into this category. If it can spark, burn, or blow up, it's banned from your hand luggage. This is because you're flying in a metal tube 35,000 feet in the air, and one tiny flame could turn into a disaster. Safety first, always. The Transportation Security Administration and airlines worldwide strictly prohibit these items to prevent fires, explosions, and toxic fumes on board. Even if you think it's just a small bottle, it's still risky. That's why these items are either completely banned or only allowed in checked baggage under strict conditions. Number 7. Perishable foods. Packing perishable foods in your carry-on might be a good way to prevent hunger, but it can quickly turn into a messy mistake. Foods such as dairy products, cooked meats, seafood, and soft fruits spoil easily without refrigeration. On a long flight, they can leak, smell, or go bad, creating hygiene issues and even health risks. TSA doesn't outright ban all perishable items, but they do warn that anything messy, smelly, or liquid-like must follow the 3.4 ounces liquid rule or be discarded at security. If your food needs ice packs to stay fresh, those packs must be completely frozen at the time of screening. If they're soft or wet, they'll likely be confiscated. International flights have even stricter rules. Fresh produce, meats, and dairy can be banned at customs to prevent the spread of pests or diseases. So even if you get past TSA, you might lose your food at the arrival gate. Stick around. Having trouble deciding whether to put your firearms and tools in your carry-on? How about your large sporting equipment? Right before number 1, we'll reveal some useful tips. Number 6. Oversized electronics. Carrying oversized electronics in your carry-on may seem harmless until you're stuck at security holding up the line while officers inspect your bag. Devices like large gaming consoles, bulky projectors, or massive speakers can trigger extra screening because they block X-ray views and may hide prohibited items. TSA rules state that anything larger than a cell phone, such as laptops, tablets, or large headphones, must be removed and scanned separately. However, when your gadget is large, it may not fit properly in the bin, causing delays or even requiring you to check it in at the airport. Also, oversized electronics often contain lithium batteries, which can overheat or catch fire if damaged. That's why the FAA has recorded over 450 incidents involving lithium batteries on planes since 2006. If your device has a battery capacity of over 100 watt-hours, it may not be allowed at all without airline approval. Then, if it's shaped like something suspicious, such as a gun-shaped speaker or a tool-like gadget, it could be mistaken for a weapon and confiscated. Number 5. Oversized sporting equipment. Many people feel putting sporting equipment into a carry-on makes the trip more fun and shows that they are sports savvy. Well, this is instead a very good way to get stopped by airport security. Items like baseball bats, golf clubs, hockey sticks, lacrosse sticks, and ski poles are banned from the cabin because they can be used as weapons. TSA calls them bludgeon-type weapons, meaning they're heavy, hard, and capable of causing serious harm. Even if you're not planning to swing your bat mid-flight, the risk is enough to keep it grounded in checked baggage. Some smaller sports gear like soccer balls or tennis rackets might be allowed, but only if they fit in your bag and don't raise safety concerns. Every airline has its own rules about size, weight, and packaging of items, so even if the TSA gives the green light, your airline may still decline. Number 4. Firearms and ammunition. You may think these aren't allowed in your carry-on because they sound scary, but that's not all. It's strictly banned by airport security worldwide, including the TSA, because weapons pose a serious threat in the air. Planes are tight spaces with hundreds of lives on board, and even an unloaded gun can cause panic or be misused. That's why all firearms must be packed in a locked, hard-sided case and checked in, not carried with you in the cabin. Even ammo has rules. It must be packed securely in fiber, wood, or metal boxes and declared at check-in. If you forget and leave a bullet or gun part in your carry-on, you could face fines up to $11,000, delays, or even criminal charges. This also applies to toy guns, replicas, and starter pistols. They're banned because they resemble real firearms and can cause confusion. If you must travel with a firearm, do the right thing and check it in and lock it up. Number 3. Toxic chemicals. Imagine opening your carry-on mid-flight and releasing fumes that could make people sick or even start a fire. That's the danger toxic chemicals bring, and why they're strictly banned from your carry-on. These substances include things like bleach, ammonia, paint thinner, drain cleaner, and even some strong adhesives. They can leak, spill, or react to changes in cabin pressure and temperature, creating toxic gases or corrosive damage. That's messy and dangerous. Airlines and airport security follow strict rules from agencies like the FAA and TSA, which classify these items as hazardous materials or hazmat. Even small amounts can cause some serious problems. For example, a bottle of bleach could corrode metal or irritate passengers' lungs if it leaks. Some cleaning products contain acids that can cause burns or damage to skin or aircraft surfaces. That's why these items are typically banned from both carry-on and checked bags. No matter how tempting it is, avoid bringing toxic chemicals in your carry-on. Your safety and everyone else's depends on it. Number 2. Wrapped gifts. If you're taking a trip to visit your family and loved ones, carrying gifts could be a thoughtful gesture. However, when you decide to wrap them and put them in your carry-on, it raises suspicions. TSA agents need to see what's inside every item, and if your gift sets off an alarm or looks suspicious on the scanner, they'll have to unwrap it. That means your perfectly folded paper and ribbon could be torn apart in seconds. Even if the gift is harmless, like a box of chocolates or a book, the wrapping hides it from view, which slows down security checks and raises red flags. The TSA doesn't ban wrapped gifts, but they strongly advise against them. Instead, use gift bags, boxes with lids, or wrap your presents after you land. It saves time, avoids trouble, and keeps your gift presentation intact. This applies to both carry-on and checked luggage. If you're flying during the holidays, expect even more scrutiny, since wrapped items are common and often need inspection. Always ensure your items are visible. Number 1. Tools. Certain tools on their own aren't necessarily harmful, but when they appear in your carry-on, airport security sees them as potential weapons. Items like hammers, screwdrivers, wrenches, drills, and crowbars can be used to hit, stab, or pry, which is why they're flagged as dangerous. TSA rules say any tool longer than 7 inches is banned from carry-ons, and power tools are completely off-limits, no matter the size. Even if you're just bringing them for work or a DIY project, they must go in your checked luggage. This is because tools are heavy, sharp, and easy to swing, making them risky in tight airplane cabins. Security offers don't take chances, and if your tool looks suspicious or exceeds the size limit, it'll be confiscated or cause delays. Don't forget, loose lithium batteries for power tools can't go in checked bags either. They must be packed in your carry-on, which makes it even more confusing. No matter how tempting it is to pack these items in your carry-on, please refrain from doing so. It will save you time, stress, and embarrassment. Which of these items have you been ignorantly tossing into your carry-on? Let us know in the comments. Hit that like button and subscribe for more safety travel tips. See you next time, and fly safe.